I have to warn you, this could be a subject that you might think you don't want to talk about. But just trust me for 10 minutes. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. Life goes on, financial well-being. What am I talking about? Well, just let me give you this statistic. Did you know that 70% of women outlive their partners? Now, that's a US statistic. I'd like to bet that's a whole lot higher. I think most women will outlive their partners. A statistic being 70%, it's probably the same in the UK and in other Western countries too. The fact is, a lot of us are going to outlive our husbands or partners. And obviously, that's a real nightmare. Now, life goes on. I am not talking about what happens after that once you've lost your partner for whatever reason. I'm not talking about how you live after that. Not in this video. I probably will at some point down the line. Let me read a letter to you so that you get the measure of exactly what we're talking about. This is a letter from a lady who says, and I'll read it out just in case you are doing something else whilst you're listening and not sitting down to watch. Okay, so she says, "My husband had a stroke 3 years ago and it was a nightmare for me. He always insisted on paying the bills and kept me out of it. Once he was incapacitated, I was on my own to discover who got paid when and how, check auto deduction, etc. In addition, I had no idea what his passwords were. I found various ones scribbled down on pieces of paper. Another issue was that I was not on most of the accounts, so it was a huge hassle trying to get cooperation, especially if I wanted to close an account to save money." And she goes on to say how stressful that was for her, as if it wasn't stressful enough. And this is what I want to prevent from happening to you. So that if something unfortunate happens, and we all know, me included, unexpected things happen. They are hard enough to have to deal with in themselves without then having to deal with all of this on top of that. So just a simple thing. This lady says that another issue was she was not on most of the accounts. So if, for example, your electricity bill is in, in my case, if it was in Mr. Kitchen's name only, and something happened to Mr. Kitchen, and then I try to deal with the people at the electricity board, they won't talk to me because I'm not on the account. And that causes a whole... You can imagine, you'd spend all day trying to speak to someone to sort that one out. These little things are the things that cause so much stress, and I want to prevent you from having to go through that at any point in your life. So I'm interested in this video in your financial well-being. So I came across this system that I'm so excited about. Now, I've bought the system. And I'm going to show it you in a second. I heard about it through a lady called Nancy Jutton. Now, I've known about Nancy's work for a long time. In fact, back when I was writing Silver Linings, and you have to, when you're writing books and you're sending articles off all over the place, they always ask you for a bio. And I would write my bio and think, gosh, that sounds so dull. And Nancy has this system, and she called it Bye Bye Boring Bio. What a fantastic name. So if you're doing anything like that at all, it's worth checking out Bye Bye Boring Bio, because it's great on its own. But she also did this for her husband, who was a financial planner, so she really souped up or sexed up his bio too, which was great. But what they've done, because Nancy is also a woman over 50, they found themselves in this position too, and so they've got together to produce this system. Now, why it interested me because she was talking to me. Not necessarily quite as bad as this, because when way back when Mr. Kitchen and I first went on holiday without the children, we were on an aeroplane and we had the conversation then, not so much about each other, but about the children. What happens if the plane went down? Or if, I know we don't like to think about those things, but what would have happened to the children? So when we got back, thankfully, fit and well after that holiday, we wrote a few things down, but we only wrote things down like the key people they needed to contact. So obviously we had the business and the house and so on. And would you believe, I'm ashamed to say it, but we didn't even have a will. And so we straight away remedied that and wrote a will. But for other things, we wrote things down on bits of paper. And of course, then we didn't have to worry about passwords and all of those kind of things, but that's now all on top of the things, the standard things that we wrote down. And then we put it in a drawer somewhere, and I just happened to say to one of the kids, and of course they didn't like talking about it either, if anything should happen to me and Dad, read what's in this envelope, it'll tell you who to talk to. But it was woefully insufficient, really. And so when I saw this, it's so simple, but I honour and applaud Nancy and her husband Steve because it's such a great idea. And it's this. It's called the Life Goes On Roadmap. The Prime Timer, I guess that's us. The Prime Timer's Crucial Personal Financial Information System. So life can go on even after a bump in the road. So this, it's very clever because if you're like me and you find finance boring, because I've always considered myself to be the creative in the family, but that's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. It's not going to help me. I won't be able to say that if something happens. Well, I'm one of the creatives. I can't, I don't, I won't. Well, here it is. This is our solution by Nancy and Steve Jutton. So it's quite simply a system, and there is a digital version of this, but I like something concrete so that I can, all the documents that I want to punch, I can put into this file as well. It goes through step by step the things to do so that a roadmap, resolve to get your personal finances ready, organise important documents, manage things as it happens, because it always does. It helps you to do that. And it's a place where you can keep all of the important things. Now, why it's fun is they continue that metaphor of the roadmap all the way through rules of the road. They even on the online tell you what to pack, what you need to go on this journey. It's great fun, honestly. Probably the best couple of hours you will spend in terms of giving you peace of mind if ever any of this should happen. So what I like about it, that's the concrete version. There is a digital version, but they also in this version include this encrypted thing. Gone out of my mind. What I like about it is then we've got both systems. We've got one in concrete so that if anything should happen in the cloud, on the computer, where all this digital information is, we've also got it all written down here. So that we can say to our kids, go and look at this, and absolutely everything they need is in here. And I know, because Mr. Kitchen and I are creating this information together, and I'm not on some of the accounts either. So changing things like that, making a phone call to get my name put on some of those things. Now, obviously, this could also happen to your partner. I know I don't even like saying it, but you might, something might happen to you and your partner could be left in this situation. Or you might be the one who takes care of all the financial information and it's your partner who doesn't want to know about it. So have a conversation with him. Have a conversation together. I'm leaving a link down below. Now, I bought this. This is not something that was given to me, but I am an affiliate of theirs. Now, on that note, you know I never recommend anything to you that I haven't used myself and absolutely love. This, I want to say to you, it's urgent. Do it now. Get this thing either online or get this sent to you and start this process now so that when it's done and it's all put away, you can just rest in peace, knowing that you know where everything is, and that should anything horrible happen, and I pray to God it doesn't, but at some point we all have to go, and if your partner goes before you, you will know that all this is taken care of. Oh, I can't, honestly, I'm so excited about this. I could scream it from my rooftop. It's important for us women, if you haven't done all this stuff already, and this is a great fun way of doing it, getting everything together and having everything all in one place. So important, in fact, I'm going to try to contact Nancy Jutton and ask her to come and talk to us about it. Yeah. Okay, so let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm going to leave the link. I'll leave the link to the Bye Bye Boring bio too, in case any of you'd like to have a look at that. And yeah, I'll leave that there for now. I'm sure I'll be talking about it again, but in the meantime, remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we are getting happy and growing younger. See? You know you can trust me. Happy ending. See you soon. Bye-bye.